At the age of 25, I've achieved everything. Yesterday, I bought a jacket and a dress from the world's most expensive showroom. I've even taken my family to one of the fanciest restaurants out there for a meal. And the biggest thing, just last month, I bought my dream car, a Rolls Royce. By the way, I already own quite a few cars. We'll talk about that later in the video. I built all of this through my own hard work, my own personal wealth. I simply followed a few easy tips in my own life, and if you want to build wealth the way I did, watch this video till the end. Before we move forward, please subscribe to the channel and like this video. So, let's begin. But it wasn't always like this. A few years ago, I was working a regular 9-to-5 job, making just enough to get by. Every month felt the same. Pay rent, pay bills, and hope there's something left over by the end of it. I remember walking past big showrooms, seeing a dress or a jacket I actually liked, and telling myself, one day I'll buy that. But then my salary would come in and it would just disappear into rent, bills, and expenses. I'd walk down the street thinking, if this keeps going the way it is, I'm never going to be able to afford anything. This is just how my life is going to be. I even started going to church, praying to God, asking for things to change. And you know what changed? Nothing. Because if you don't put in the work yourself, nothing ever changes, no matter how much you pray for it. So one day, I decided I was done waiting. Waiting for a raise, waiting for a promotion, waiting for things to magically get better. I started a small side hustle, something I could build in my free time, outside of my job. No big investment, no fancy office, just an idea and a laptop. And slowly, things started to change. So one day, I decided I was done waiting. Waiting for a raise, waiting for a promotion, waiting for things to magically get better. I started saving whatever I could from my job. I even borrowed a little from friends, and slowly I put together $10,000. Now, if you're middle class, you know, putting together $10,000 is not a small thing. That's months, sometimes years of sacrifice. But here's the thing, I didn't even know what to do with that $10,000 yet. That part of the story starts a little differently. It was just a regular evening. I was walking back home from work and I noticed a small cafe that had just opened up in my neighborhood. I decided to stop by and grab a coffee and it cost me $5. The owner himself was behind the counter making the coffee. I finished my coffee and left. Later that evening, I went out for a walk and I saw the same uncle closing up his shop for the day. Something made me stop and ask him about it. How he started this cafe, what made him open it, what his goal was with this whole thing. And what he told me that day, that's where the real turning point of my life begins. He told me that a few years back, he was just like me, stuck in a 9-to-5, watching his paycheck disappear into bills every month. One day, he just decided enough was enough. He quit his job, no backup plan, no safety net, and took every bit of savings he had and put it into this small cafe. Everyone around him said he was crazy. Family, friends, even his own wife had doubts. But he told me something I'll never forget. The risk of staying stuck was bigger than the risk of trying. That one line hit me harder than anything I'd read in any book or seen in any video. Here was a real person, standing right in front of me, living proof that it actually works. That night, I went home and I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about my $10,000, sitting there, doing nothing. And I made a decision right then. I wasn't going to let fear keep me stuck anymore. That night changed something in me. I started thinking the same way he did, but for myself. I decided I wanted to open a small grocery store of my own. Over the next 4 to 5 months, I slowly started putting my $10,000 into building it. I rented a small space, set it up piece by piece, stocked the shelves, got everything ready. And once the shop was finally set up, I did something that scared me more than anything. I walked into my office and resigned from my job. In the beginning, it wasn't easy. Friends, relatives, people I'd known for years would stop by, some out of curiosity, some just to laugh. I heard the whispers. I knew people were talking behind my back, saying I'd made a mistake, that I'd thrown away a stable job for some grocery shop that probably wouldn't last 6 months. But I didn't let any of that get to me. I put my head down and gave everything I had to that shop, every single day. Then one night, as I was walking back home after closing up, I ran into the same cafe uncle again. He came by to see the shop, congratulated me, bought a few things, and then he made me an offer. He said, "From now on, I'll get all my cafe supplies from your shop." His cafe had grown into something big by then too. We stood there for a moment, just the two of us, genuinely happy for each other. Then we both got back to work. Him running his cafe, me running my shop. That one small shop was just the beginning. Slowly, Month after month, the profit started coming in, and instead of spending it, I kept putting it right back into the business. Within a year, I had saved up enough to open a second shop in a different part of the city, then a third. Each one smaller in terms of risk because now I actually understood the business inside out. I knew what worked, what didn't, and how to make each new shop profitable faster than the last. As the shops grew, I started buying in bulk directly from wholesalers, cutting costs and increasing margins. That's when I realized there was an even bigger opportunity hiding in plain sight. I started supplying other small shops and cafes in the area too, just like I had with the cafe uncle. What started as one relationship turned into a small wholesale network of my own. Around this time, everything was going digital, so I got my shops listed on delivery apps. That one decision alone brought in a whole new set of customers who never even had to walk in. Orders just started coming straight to my phone. By now, money was coming in from multiple directions. The shops, the wholesale supply business, the online orders. And instead of letting that money just sit in a bank account, I started learning how to invest it. Putting a portion into the stock market every single month, letting that money grow on its own while my business kept growing too. That's the real secret nobody tells you. It wasn't one big lucky break. It was one small decision, compounding into the next and the next and the next until 5 years later, that original $10,000 had turned into over $1 million. One day, I was driving down the same road in a car I had bought with my own money. Money I had earned myself. And for a second, I thought about all those relatives, all those people who used to laugh, who used to whisper behind my back, wondering if I'd made the biggest mistake of my life. I couldn't help but smile. Not long after, I bought a luxury house for my family. The kind of house I used to just drive past and dream about. And I didn't stop there. I started investing in other businesses too. Healthcare, real estate, transportation, and a few more along the way. Every new venture added another stream of income, another layer to everything I'd built. Today, my family lives a life with absolutely no shortage of anything. We eat where we want, we travel where we want, we live how we want. And every single bit of it came from that one decision I made years ago, to stop waiting and start building. So here's the one thing I want you to take from my story. Take the risk. Stop running after a small, safe paycheck if it means you're losing out on something much bigger for your life. Don't let your whole life pass you by, just playing it safe. Look around you. Observe the people, the opportunities, the little things happening right in front of you. Because sometimes life's biggest turning point is hiding in the most ordinary moment. Mine was a $5 cup of coffee. Talk to people. Learn from them. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to start something, even if it's small, because it's never the big leap that changes your life. It's that one small decision you're too scared to make today. So take that first step. Do something. Anything. If this story motivated you even a little, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, drop a like on this video, and I'll see you in the next one, where we talk about more ways to build the life you actually want.